Hey, welcome to my journey into another weigh-in video. We're on the porch because it's a beautiful day. It's a little nippy. At least it rained yesterday. I didn't think they was calling for it because I hadn't paid attention to the weather. And we were sitting in here and Jacob was on my lap and he said, it's getting dark. I said, you know, it really is. And it was only like 6 o'clock. I'm like, well, that ain't right. So I pulled up the weather and sure enough, there was a chance of rain. Well, it started thundering and it poured for a long time. I mean, it poured. When David went to work last night, Jacob likes to watch you leave. That I told you before, that's his thing. So I told him, so we'll go to bed after we watch Papa leave. So we come out here, and David started to go out the back door, but it was still pouring. So he run out here on the front, run over to his car, because his rain suit that he wears when he's working, like if he has to hook trucks and hook his trailers and dollies and stuff like that, he'll wear his rain thing. But he's in his bag in his car, so it's doing no good. But yeah, we really got the rain. So this morning it's nice and cool. Now we're supposed to have, like I talked about, that false fall. It feels like fall's coming today. It has for the past several days. But we're supposed to hit 2 90-degree days, which is not as hot as it has been, you know, over the summer. And then it's supposed to drop into 70s. So if we could be lucky enough, which I doubt it, that those 2 90 days are part of the false fall and it don't come back, but I've lived here my whole life and it can get doggone hot in September. So I would really like it just to stop there and come on and let it be fall, because y'all know that's my jam. I meant to look at my app before I got on here. I do remember I lost 2.2. I wasn't sure, because you know I gained, what was it 1.4 vacation week? And then this week I wasn't sure because I kind of been eating what I wanted to eat and snacking. We didn't snack up there because we were too busy to snack. We were too busy to snack. Down here, I'm just eating along. I really wasn't sure what was going to happen, but I lost 2.2, and I meant to look up and see what total that put me at. I don't know if that popped me back up to my 160 or not, but I'm hovering around this. I'm at 215. I'm hovering around it, up and down, up and down. If I can just get 15 pounds, 16 pounds off and get to Wonderland, oh, that'll be a major, major goal of mine. So wish me luck on that. At least luck ain't got nothing to do with it. It's what I put in my mouth. So that's what she said. I'm sorry I had to say it. But Jacob was here, and he's come yesterday, and he said he wasn't going to spend the night. Well, I knew he'd change his mind because he always does. He gets here, I said, well, you going to stay and sleep? Yeah. I said, you going to spend the night? Yeah. So he spent the night, and now he didn't take a nap. He laid there and sang and talked, but he rested. He's real good about that. He'll rest. He might not fall asleep, but he'll rest. But when I put him to bed last night at 8 o'clock, he passed out. I think he was asleep where his head hit the pillow. And he was up till Holly come this morning. She likes to get him in the morning because she misses him. She messaged me yesterday. She said, I miss him. Because she does. She misses him, which I completely get. And so she come early this morning to get him. She was going to get Nathan's car inspected, and she gets it inspected up here where we've always gone. And the guy who does inspections was out sick today, so she didn't get to do that. But listen, I'm drinking my Wawa coffee. So, but we had the best time, and he would say things like me, just to say things like me, because I told you how he talks about we talk different, and that's okay. But he would say things like the way I would say them. So he was like talking in solidarity, and he was looking at the letters on my peel thing, you know, the S, M, blah, blah, blah. He says, what do these mean? And I told him that's for the days of the week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So he said Sunday. I said, yep, Sunday. And then he started saying like me. He said Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So when Holly came this morning, I said, tell Mommy how Momo says Saturday. He said Saturday. He loves it. He loves it. We say stuff different. But Lord, we had a good time. He's the best little boy. I'm telling y'all what. And I'm not saying that because he's mine. He is just the best little boy. Holly has raised such a sweetheart of a little boy. He is a sweetheart. And active, that little brain never stops. He never stops. He's all the time thinking and going and doing. He'll wear you out, I'll tell you that. You know, they say a baby is a lot of work. Whew. Try a 3 and a 4-year-old, because you know he's 4 now. But listen, let me tell you this. Today is David's birthday. It's Mr. Smooth's birthday today. He is the ripe old age of 62, so he's a legal senior citizen today. We were talking about how we were in our 30s when we met. He's like, no. He said, I thought it was later than that. I said, no, we met in 90. Well, we met before that, but we started dating in 93. He says, I thought it was later than that. I'm like, nope. Started dating in 93, got married in 94. Holly was born in 95. So, yep. My husband is 62 today, bless his heart. He's still a man, get on your nerves, but he's a good man. He is. He's a good man. He takes good care of me. He really does. So I'm blessed to have him. And I want to keep him for a long, long more time. But listen, let me tell you, I know y'all have heard this story before, because I know I've told it. But it was one of my Facebook memories today. I'm like, oh, I got to tell y'all this in case you're new. So back, I didn't see how many years ago it was. Well, Holly was in high school, and she's 30. So that tells you how long ago it was. I took her to a friend's house, to a birthday party. And the way I come around, it happens to be a Catholic church. It's like the only one I know of in town. And out beside the church is a big field. There's a little creek that runs through it, and the creek is lined with trees, like pine trees. So I come back around, and as I was coming down the side road and turned, I saw a body laying at the edge of the trees beside the creek. And I looked, and it wasn't moving, so I drove around again. And I looked, I'm like, they're not moving. So I pulled over in the church parking lot, and I called 911. I told them, I said, there is a body over here, and I don't know if they're dead or alive. I don't know what's going on. So the police came, and I told myself, if he goes over there, he walked over to it. I said, if he goes over there and he nudges that man and he don't move, I'm going to vomit. So he went over there and he nudged and he nudged and he nudged. Dude was passed out, stone cold drunk, high. He was on something and passed out stone cold. So the policeman got him up. He came over and told me, you know, they appreciated me calling because he could have been dead. You don't know. But that was freaky. That was freaky. I never experienced anything like that. So, yeah. Oh, listen. Who was it, Maria? I mentioned Holly's skeeter bucket. She keeps in the garden. I told her I'd ask today when she came to get Jacob, and I forgot to ask, so I called her. She didn't have the right exact amounts in front of her, but she says she don't think she measured anyway. So you take a dark bucket, because they said the dark bucket, like she took a black bucket from the Dollar Tree. The dark makes them feel safe. So you want a dark bucket, and then you put warm water, yeast. She said the CO2 that's emitted from it attracts them, brown sugar, and a little bit of dish soap, and you just mix it up, and then she let it sit out there, and when it rained in it, it just rained in it, and it didn't change it. We didn't get eat up all summer long. Last year, if you remember, we were eat up head to toe. I mean, eat up. It was horrible. This year, we picked everything and never got one single skeeter bite, and that's a huge garden, and she just had it sitting over to the side where the melons were. It wasn't even in the cucumbers or the squash or anything, or the tomatoes. It wasn't near that, but it drew them to it, I tell you. And she just replaced it again here a while back. And I only got 3 skeeter bites the other day when I went out there to pick okra. That's the first skeeter bites I got this summer. So that is her skeeter bucket that you want to try in your garden. Because she said she was getting eat up by Maria. I'm pretty sure it was Maria. So it is definitely worth a shot because it worked for us. Listen, she cut me some okra. It says she tried to cut them small so in case I can get enough to pickle, but it looks like they're still too big. I'm gonna have to like go to a farmer's market and see if they got it and just pick through Because we're getting tons of okra. I mean, we got so much okra it's coming out of our ears. And we got another late stand that hadn't even put on yet. And we're going to get it until frost. You see what I'm saying? We'll get this one till frost. It's already over my head. I have to reach up and pull it down to cut it. Got me a new knife. I lost my old knife. Holly said, I'll look for it. I said, well, I kind of hope you don't find it because I got me a new one. You have to have a garden knife for cutting strings where you string up things and cutting okra. You can't pull okra. Don't even try to pull okra. You got to cut it. And this knife ordered off Amazon, oh my gosh, it's a Smith & Wesson lock blade. That means when you open the blade, it locks, so you can't cut something then it come back down and cut you, because that will hurt. This thing is so sharp, oh my gosh. There was a piece of trash in the can and I just went to, test it. It just went straight through it like butter. Oh my gosh, wonderful knife, can't wait to use it. But she picked some okra because she said she had plenty. I said, well, pick whatever you got and bring it to me. She brought me a bucket of okra. I got so much okra in my freezer, and then we're going to have even more. But we can't get them coming on. You need rows and rows of okra, so when you pull them the same size, you get enough to actually can. One row, they don't come on the same size to get enough to can to make pickles, because she wanted me to make some okra pickles. So me and Mama's actually going to the Salisbury Farmers Market tomorrow morning, so I can look and see if they got any and just pick through and get out the cannon size ones if they have them. Listen, my itching's coming back. I go see her in October, and starting this week, as a matter of fact, my itching's coming back. It's been gone all these months where she gave me those 2 allergy pills, but it has come back. Yep, I don't know what it is. She said the next step, if that didn't work, would be an allergist, so I'm guessing that's what she's going to say this time. And David, my goodness, does anybody get their medicine from CVS? I changed. We was both at the same CVS. And a couple years ago, I changed because they wouldn't answer their phone. They wouldn't get anything done. It would be forever for you to get your medicine. They messed up things. I'm like, okay, I'm tired of this. So I switched to mine here in town, which that one is over where Harris Teeter is. And I'd go to Harris Teeter, and it was just handy to go over there when I'd be over there shopping. This one's a little bit closer, but I'm going to tell you what, knock on wood somewhere, they got their act together. And I have told him ever since I moved, move your stuff. He won't do it. He wouldn't change doctors when I told him to change doctors. He wouldn't change doctors. He waited till he went out on retirement or something. Then he found another doctor. Well, he didn't really like him, but then that doctor just up and quit on him and didn't even send him a note. He called to get an appointment to get his medicine refilled, and they said, sorry, out of business. No message, no note, no letter, no nothing. Nothing. So then Atrium, they found him another doctor, so he went to her. And she hooked him on his medicine and, done his test and all this and that. And so he sent it to his CVS. He's been waiting to get it. I said, well, honey, it keeps saying they can't get a refill from the new doctor. When the old doctor, when they send in a new prescription from a new doctor, common sense tells you he's changed doctors. Well, he finally called them today, and he said, I want to know what the deal is. He said, I need my medicine. They said, we didn't get anything from her. I said, honey, that's a lie. And he was on the phone when I was telling him. I said, because the app says, do you want the one from the old doctor or the new doctor? And it give her name. I said, they've got her name in their system. If she didn't send the prescriptions, they wouldn't have a clue that you went to see her. So now he's had to send her a message and tell them they said they didn't get them, even though they did, because there's the proof. So I told him, I said, just have them send them to my CVS. That man won't do nothing I tell him to do. Worse than a youngin'. Jacob does more what I tell him to do than David does. Y'all's husbands like that don't want to hear the voice of reason. Nope, don't want to hear the voice of reason. I've been nothing but happy, knock on wood, with my CVS. So anyway, he'll just have to keep dealing with them is all I know. But I don't think there's nothing else. I don't think there's, listen, that itching is just, whew, I don't think there's nothing else. I got chores to do today. Listen, I hate doing chores. I'm fighting putting up my Halloween decorations. I put them up September last year, but I got a few other things I need to get done before I get into that. Just some things that I've been putting off, and I need to go in there and do them. I just do. But we'll see if it happens or not. So, is that all? Now I started putting together a meals video, but I only got 2 meals on it. So that's the only 2 new things I cooked. And Jacob was here last night, so I didn't record my chili beans. I'll tell you what though, I used to put a can of tomato sauce in my chili beans. This is my homemade recipe that I come up with many, many years ago. And we like it, so we stuck with it. But this year I put a pint of that I canned last year. I still have some pints left. I put pints in quarts last year, just quarts this year. I used a pint of my home stewed tomatoes instead of that tomato sauce. Whew. Golly Pete, that was good, let me tell you. And that little boy, he'll eat pretty much anything I put in front of him because they raise him that way. They eat weird stuff. I won't say it's weird food, it's weird to us. Like they eat them tuna poke bowls with the raw tuna. That child eats raw tuna. I seen him on a snap video with chopsticks picking up raw tuna and eating it. He eats edamame out of the shell and he can just, he eats that quick. Oh, little man walking his dog. Eating the edamames. He eats all the things they eat. They eat way different food than we eat. But they eat our kind of food too, but they go out and branch out into different cuisines and whatnot. And so I asked him yesterday, did he like chili beans? He said, yeah. So when I got them ready, I said, now you like chili beans? He said, yeah. So I put him some out there. I said, let's let them cool off. And he was sitting there, and I said, do you want cheese on them? He said, yeah. So I put him some sprinkled cheese on there. And I was putting sour cream on mine. I wasn't thinking about it. I'm like, well, would you like some sour cream on there? He said, yeah. So he put that on there. I said, you want me to stir it up? He says, no, I got it. So he started mashing that sour cream around, stirring everything around. So it'd get all coated up in there. He was eating them chili beans. I said, well, do you like cornbread? He said, yeah. I said, you want some cornbread? He said, yeah. So it was that Old El Paso Southwest style we got up there at the bulk store. And I think I messed up because I had buttermilk. You used milk or water, and I thought, well, I'll use buttermilk. I think it made the batter too thick, so it didn't rise up fluffy, but it was still good. Well, I like to put my chili on my cornbread. That's how I like mine. And he noticed my plate. He said, you got yours on cornbread? I said, yeah. I said, it's good. So he reached over and he pinched cornbread and put it on in his bowl, and he scooped up that bite. He said that was good. But he eat almost all his chili beans and almost all his cornbread. So he did good. But he is. Now Sebastian, there's hardly anything I can put in front of him that he'll eat. Unless it's pizza or Chef Boyardee. I didn't make chicken and gravy in the crock pot. He likes that. But as far as regular food, he just won't eat it. He'll eat things at RJ's, but he won't eat things at my house. But he don't eat that much at RJ's, but things that he won't eat at mine. So, I don't know. Maybe it's because he knows he gets what he wants over here. And if he wants Chef Boyardee's, that's what he gets. But I'm not raised around him. I don't know his likes and dislikes. Only what I know when he comes down here. And so throughout the year, I don't know if his likes have changed or his taste buds have changed. Like we took Jacob to Taco Bell yesterday. That's where he wanted to go. It's either Taco Bell or McDonald's when he comes. Yesterday was Taco Bell. He likes some cheesy roll-ups. Well, as soon as I sit down, I just got a Taco Supreme, soft Taco Supreme. And he said, you got tomatoes? I said, yeah, or tomatoes, you know what he said. I said, yeah, he likes to eat them, so I pick them off and give them to him. I said, hold on a minute. So I went up there, I said, is there any way I can get a little small cup of tomatoes? She said, yeah, because you know they're diced. It was 64 cents for a little cup of tomatoes. And I brought them back, and he sat there and ate on those. And he unrolled his cheesy roll-up and picked the cheese out and gave me the tortilla. He said, I just want the cheese. Well, Holly said today that he has graduated and evolved to a soft taco without lettuce. So I'm like, oh, well, I didn't know that. We'll remember that for next time. But he always has to get one of them freeze drinks, one of them slushy freezes. No, he likes that red one. So we got him that. But he didn't eat a lot of sugar this time. He ate some savory things, snacks, and not a lot of candy. Because, last time he spent the night before we went on vacation, he threw up because we think he had too much candy before he went to bed, the gummies. And so I told him, I said, we're not going to do that this time. And he really didn't hardly eat any candy. So that worked out good. He really didn't eat as much as he used to eat either. And he didn't ask for mac and cheese, which shocked me. But anyway, so I think that's all I got to say today. I think I'm just going to stay at home today and got a few. Listen, I told you about that candle warmer that Holly got, and I told you I was rolling around in my head, did I want one, did I want one, did I want one? Well, that next day, I guess it was, I follow this group for Amazon deals inside, I can't remember what it's called. And when they find Amazon deals, they'll put them up on the thing. Would you know, of all things in the universe, for them to put up on a deal, was one of those candle warmers, lamps. So guess who got one? Me. I think it'll be here today. Ordered Davidson pillows. I think they'll be here today. And something else I ordered. I think it'll be here today. Seems like I ordered something else. Maybe I didn't. I can't remember. I know my knife come. Oh, Jacob was in there looking for my keys in my pocketbooks. He likes to play keys. He said, he pulled out, he said, what's this? I said, that's my new knife for the garden. He goes, oh, that's nice. And before Papa went to work last night, he said, tell Papa I wanted to see his keys. I said, oh, okay. I said, Papa, don't leave. He wants to see your keys before you go to work. So he showed him, told him what everything went to, because he needs to know these things. And he said, now we got to watch Papa leave. So we watched Papa leave, and we come in and went to bed. So that made him happy about that. When we were on vacation, he likes to change tire caps on your tires. And his other grandpa bought him 2 little sets of tire caps because he's bad about changing them, and he'll drop one and lose it in the yard. So when they were over here on vacation checking on the house, Holly said, Jacob wants to know if he can switch the caps on Papa's car. And so I asked Papa, and he said, yeah. And so he's got, I don't know what colors, but he's got a bright green one back here. And he said, that means it's got oxygen in it. That's what he told us yesterday. He said, that green cap means it's got oxygen in it. So that's how Papa's driving his car. But he changed mine when I come back. He got mine changed. So he just likes to do little stuff like that. He's a bird. So anyway, well, I guess that's all I'll be talking about today. Like I said, I can't think of nothing else. We did a good bit of talking this week on the road, and we talked last week about vacation, so I'm back to having no life and not having much to talk about. But so that'll be it. This is Friday, so tomorrow I'll have my menu planning grocery haul. So see you then.